this couldn't have arrived during the second cycle. Oh, maybe early in the third. This doesn't quite match that style, though. Maybe it was sent here from elsewhere. I'll have to cross-examine. Huh? Who's there? I have fangs, and I'm not afraid to use them. What? What are you talking about? Oh, it's you. You're in a couple of my classes at the college, right? Yeah, it's me, Zero. Oh, right, there's only like 3 of us Nagas at the college. Say, what are you doing here, though? Oh, not that I'm not glad to see you. I thought you were a grave robber or something. And, no, I'm not actually venomous. Really? As in magic that's been lost? Or almost lost? So, stuff that people don't know how to practice anymore. Oh, so that's why you're always studying in the library, then. I don't stalk you. Everyone knows. You do it right out in the open. The other day, a friend of mine was even talking about how you were sitting in the main atrium with 6 or 7 old books laid open on your table, going through them all at once and writing stuff down in 2 different notebooks. Well, it's impressive, but also kinda hard not to notice. And anyway, that still doesn't answer my question. What are you doing here? These are ruins from the old Naga Empire, back before it collapsed. It's shocking that you even know they're here. I only just found out about them, and I am a Naga. Glyphs. Oh, you haven't taken any of the classes on inherent magic yet, have you? Well, no, you're right. Kind of. Most magic does require glyphs to use, to bind and direct the magic and channel it into a specific form. All that, you already know. Right. And magic is just kinda energy floating around us. Oh, and we can learn to harness it, but they're still a separate thing from us. Oh, well, I mean, I'm close enough, though, right? Right, okay. But here's something that I don't think you know, Bookworm. See, some species, like Naga, we do actually have magic that's inherent to our being. It's very specialized, very inflexible, unlike free-floating magic. It can only be used for whatever purpose it evolved to fulfill. Well, like if you bought bread at the store instead of just buying the ingredients and making it yourself. Okay, yeah, well, that is kind of a crude analogy, but you get what I mean, right? Take merfolk, for example. They can influence people by singing, right? Or kitsune and how they can weave illusions. Exactly. Those aren't spells they cast with glyphs. They're just magical abilities they innately have. Likewise, we Naga can hypnotize via eye contact, Oh, though that's illegal in most places. Oh, or at least frowned upon, depending on where you are. Anyway, you can imagine how being allowed to freely, hypnotize people might be a bad thing. I'm sure. Yeah, well, you're not going to find any secret behind Naga magic here. I mean, it's not actually a secret. We're not using any special glyphs or anything like that. It's just something we can do. Sorry, Bookworm. Oh, funny you ask that. I'm also here seeking lost knowledge. Hey, how much do you know about the Naga Empire? Oh, that little, huh? You want to hear something sad? I don't know all that much more. Oh, for example, I mean, no one is really sure how or why it collapsed. Oh, well, there's tons of theories. Poor leadership from the last couple of emperors, friction between the political and religious classes, getting worn down by repeated invasions by its neighbors, and so on. The one I gravitate to most, however, is that the empire just got spread too thin. Did you know that even at its height, it held territory all along the Amethyst coast, and even into the continent's northern interior? And, oh, that's not counting the colonies all across the Diamond Seas and west of the Greyback Mountains. That would have been, a fourth of the known world back then. Exactly. And all these different regions required their own rulers, who were essentially mini-emperors. And over time, well, they just focused more and more on their own goals and territory. Add in the invasions I just mentioned earlier, and all the problems that caused, and the empire eventually just disintegrated back into separate city-states. You know, there's records of some warfare and civil unrest towards its end, but nothing big enough to bring the whole thing crumbling down. Anyway, that's what I aim to find out. You see, I'd like to know for sure what entered the empire. It's a huge blank page in my people's history. No, sorry if I had to listen to you ramble. Now you've got to listen to me. Well, I hope you enjoy it, because I've got more to say. Oh, this? Oh, I think this was a letter sent to the Minister of the Temple. You can tell that this is a temple because it's flattened, tier near the top. Like a pyramid. It's like a patio. Well, that's the worship deck, where the priests would have gone to meditate in the sunlight and commune with the solar spirits. Right, the letter. So, I'd like to tell you a bunch more, but I can't actually read it. I don't know how familiar you are with the old Noggin text, but it normally doesn't look like this. No, my theory... Well, my theory is that this is written in some obscure regional variant that's been lost to time. No, I'm not handling it with my bare hands. I've got gloves on, see? Well, you would have already seen typical Noggin writing coming in. It was pretty typical for Naga to just write anything they thought people would like to know, all over the walls. That way it would be readily accessible. No, that was not graffiti. The priests living here wrote all that. I mean, They did have a system to organize it and keep it all legible. But I digress. Oh, yeah, I learned a lot from this place. Though most of it doesn't really help me. Oh, well, let me show you what I mean. Oh, and, hey, watch the tail, please. I said watch the tail. Oh, you've kicked it twice now. Yeah, I know it's kind of big. Oh, but shouldn't that make it easier to avoid? It's not like you can miss it. Anyway, here's some typical old noggin. Standard form, we call it now. Though at the Empire's height, there probably would have been dozens of variations. Plus whatever the even older ones were that got phased out before that. You know, that's a really sad thing about history. Sometimes things just slip through the cracks before anyone ever thinks to preserve them. And then they're gone forever. I'm sure you've run into gaps in your research too, where something is clearly supposed to be, but it's just not there anymore. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all sentimental, but yeah, I can read this. Well, yeah, that's where my frustrations start. See, this passage here says, 4th noon, high summer, caravan from Fenneland arrived this morn, offering trade. We gave 3 bear pelts and a fine spear, received 4 bottles of ink, 1 cask of salt, and 1 bag of grain. Still no fresh quail. I asked them about this. Reportedly, there are no quail to hunt between here and Fenneland this year. Yeah, that's right. They were just complaining that some traders didn't have their favorite food. Oh, and there's another one further down the hall here. Oh, let me just... oh, here it is. 13 dusk, mid-spring. The hippos return. Herd of 8 have gathered around the temple. They attack couriers and traders trying to reach us. Acolyte Hadjalar has suggested throwing sunfire down upon them. This was deemed excessive by vote. I disagree with the verdict. Yeah. Well, anyway, most of it is stuff like this. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be a bit shocked if it turned out that a plague of hippos brought down the Empire. Oh, and see, here's another one, talking about how the wine has gone bad. And here's one about how much they don't like hosting diplomats from the Neko kingdoms. Oh, and another one here, complaining about the traders not having quail. And this one here is my favorite. See, this one's a full-on argument between 2 people going back and forth over who is supposed to clean the warship deck. Yeah, I hadn't even considered that, but oh yeah, they would have seen each other complaining. I mean, certain things you would just take up with another person in private. But yeah, there would have been some passive-aggressive comments left out here. Oh, can you imagine the drama? Oh, but it's not what I'm looking for. No, I only started this morning. Why? Oh, well, there might be some mentions of glyphs and other things about magic. I don't know how much. Oh, but the priests would have used some traditional spellcraft here and there. Oh. You want to be archaeology buddies, huh? You know what, Bookworm? Let's do that. I mean, it was probably kind of stupid to go exploring a place like this alone, to be honest. Oh. Yeah, you know, now that you mention it, a break would be nice. Oh, what do you say we head back to campus and discuss our findings so far? Great. No, hey, but you lead the way this time. I've had my tail stepped on enough today.
Hey, if you've reached this point in the video and have not already subscribed, please take a moment to do so. I really appreciate it.